Hey!
All right. Bring it in.
All right. So,
Trying something new.
This is, I guess, technically episode 9 of Mind and Body Podcast. We are in a new location. Shout out to Up to You Nutrition for hosting us. Yes.
I got teas and fruity drinks.
This is Fruity Pebbles, and it is ridiculously heavy, and I love it.
I feel like we should just first, because we don't do this enough, say thank you to our awesome unofficial assistant. It's not even listening, but thank you, Mary Frances.
Yeah, thank you. And she is my fiance, but she's been behind the scenes, really helping us out, trying to make sure everything is set up for us.
Anna's in the chat.
Oh. Hey, Anna. I know she lives around here too, so if you want to maybe stop by for a drink.
Yeah, it's right next to Planet Fitness.
Right next to Planet Fitness if you want to come swing by and say hi.
All right, so what are we doing?
All right, so we're doing a Q&A. If you guys have any questions, you guys can always type them here, but I've wrote down some that some of you guys asked in the post. So let's get started.
All right. Question number 1. What is your supplement routine?
Okay, I believe I should go first simply because I know for a fact my list is way shorter. Way shorter. Okay, so my supplement routine would go, I always take creatine, usually do cycles, let's see, BCAAs are important. I don't take as much supplements just because I'm more focused on the actual foods. My biggest problem is eating. Well, it really hasn't been my problem lately because of everything, of my whole lifestyle change. So I've just been eating nonstop, and so my appetite's way up there. But
Dude,
yeah,
you were over the other night, and I think there was food either in your hand or in your mouth.
I know.
At every point of the night.
It's pretty crazy. Like sometimes I can't help myself. Like your spirit animal is mama duck. I don't know if you can show the people where you. I don't know. Let's see.
Stand on the go.
Look right there. It's right here. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Anyways.
Enough cardio.
I feel like I'm a cow. I graze the kitchen. But anyways, yeah. So BCAAs. I take creatine. Your daily vitamins. Of course, protein. And currently, right now, that's it. I know I need to be taking a little bit more like vitamins just for like daily use. I could be a little bit better on that, but for right now, I just want to make sure that my intake on real food is the top priority. So I'm trying to prioritize that first before I start taking more supplements, because I just want to make sure that I'm doing things in the right step. So
Yeah, food is most important. So like if you're trying to decide between buying healthy food or buying another supplement, get the food. But also pre-workout.
yeah, oh yes,
Or energy
for sure.
drinks.
So do you have a pre-workout like stack?
I typically sponsored, so very open and honest about that, with True Nutrition, and I take their pre-lab, which is, in my opinion, a very good all-in-one mix. It's not super high in caffeine, like a reasonable dose, like 250 milligrams, which for me is like usable. Like I can use that on leg day without throwing up. If I go much above that, I start to get a little bit nauseous personally. But if not, if I'm trying to avoid caffeine completely, or if I want to make my own, I have citrulline malate, taurine, beta-alanine. I have all those by themselves, and I'll get a food scale and I'll weigh it out and make my own pre-workout concoction based on what I want that day. Those are like the main things that I look for in a pre-workout.
I think one day I would like to do that, just because I know some pre-workouts that I do take, you could tell like even like the beta-alanine is like too much to the point where but everything else is like good.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
Take too much and you're like,
Yeah, you're tweaking out like you're on drugs or something.
Are Is that it for you?
Oh yeah, that's it for me.
Oh god.
I
need like a whole sheet this long for mine. Just like for starting with health supplements, every day, vitamin D. That's a big one. I have all my clients do that as well. Vitamin K2 to help you absorb the vitamin D. Also has some other health benefits. These waffles smell really good. And then ashwagandha for stress. I take citrus bergamot. It's good for your heart. I take dandelion root, good for like water retention, or reducing water retention. Creatine. You could view that as like a performance supplement. It also, I think, can help with brain health. It helps with hydration. Magnesium. I take that at night to help sleep. Zinc. I know there's like a million others because I take a lot of pills every day. Right now we're kind of like in like a lean gain phase, so I am taking carnitine 3 times a day. I take betaine with my meals to help me digest it, and I take another digestive style supplement both at morning and at night, and that's just for like bare minimum for like health. Then for like performance, there's a lot of other stuff that you can add on, pre-workouts. I do take essential amino acids while I train, highly branched cyclic dextrin while I train, either an electrolyte mix or some scoops or shakes of salt while I'm training. So
I do take amino acids too. I forgot about that.
You said BCAAs,
Yeah.
but I like essential amino acids better. It has all of the essential aminos that you need for recovery, whereas BCAAs just have the 3 most important, so it's better than none, but I think it's better to have like the well-rounded total 9 essential amino acids. Oh wow. I think that about covers it. I mean, I don't really consider like protein powder a supplement because it's
kind
like
of
food. But
It's like, I was trying to think. 2 of the supplements I was trying to think of. You were saying, okay, creatine. I really do like creatine. When you were talking, sometimes I think it's good for me too, even if I'm not taking it as like a specific workout supplement. I'm looking at it as like, it kind of does help me feel like, because you know when you take creatine you have to hydrate, like,
Yeah.
and I'm sure with a lot of the supplements that you're taking, like, you need to hydrate. Hydration is important.
you should be hydrating regardless. Like that's like
Right.
one of the easiest ways to stay healthy that people miss on. Like the way I view it is like your hour in the gym or 2 hours in the gym should be super hard. You should be pushing yourself. It should be stressful. Like that should be where you either make it or break it. But like remembering to drink water during the day, that's easy. A child can remember to drink water if you have a water bottle laying around. You can set alarms on your phones. So like that's the easy stuff that should never be messed up. And I constantly see it with friends, with clients. People go all day, they don't drink water. And then if you get to the gym, not only will you be weaker, but your propensity to get injured is way, way, way higher. So like I personally, like if I traveled or something, like if I was flying, I'll usually bring empty water bottles and fill them up before you go on the plane. You can do that. But like if I'm worried about hydration, I won't do something like crazy super heavy, or even like certain exercises like straight leg deadlifts where like my hamstrings are starting to get stretched. The last time I got injured doing those was like a week post show, so I was already like super lean, and that day was, here I am being contradictory, but like super busy at work, and I don't think I drank as much that day, and I lightly pulled one of my hamstrings. Like I heard it pop, and I couldn't train legs at all for like at least a week. So
Hashtag H2O, hashtag
Yeah.
hydration.
and this is one thing that a lot of people don't realize though. Even if you have like tea or coffee or like diet soda, it's still hydration. It's still, you're not dehydrating yourself. If you were like on an island stranded and you had nothing to drink but like coffee, you're not going to dehydrate yourself with coffee. But like if it's liquor, that's a little bit different because like alcohol will actually dehydrate you. But just a little bit of caffeine that's in most drinks, like maybe energy drinks would be different, but like coffee or tea,
Right.
I still put that in the bucket of like fluids that you need to get in one day.
That's very true. Okay, next question.
I asked this one.
Who's your best friend? Well, this guy.
We can have more than one though, right?
Yeah, we can have.
We're like in an open best friend relationship.
Am I jealous? I mean, A little bit. No, I'm just kidding. No, but for sure, he's definitely my guy, best friend, and of course, I have a girl best friend who also happens to be my fiance. But to consider my best friend category, just someone who's always communicating with me, checking up on me, and not just on me, on each other, and just making sure we hold value to in each other's lives. And always just try to help each other out in the best way we can, because life's all about happiness, positivity. So we try to give that towards one another.
Would it be weird for me to move the cameras closer to one another?
No, not at all.
No?
Not at all.
Let's see. Mary Frances, our assistant, could you do us a huge favor? Could you see if this one is in the frame of the other one?
Yes.
Because we're recording this, so if you guys are live, that's freaking awesome. But if you're not, we're gonna post it.
If it's anything to you, I'm currently. Well, we might as well shout this out now. I'm making up T-shirts for Mind and Body.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've gotten into detail before in some previous podcasts, but Mind and Body podcast was originally meant the podcast itself was to talk about the mind. We like to discuss about different topics as far as mental health goes. So in the previous, we've talked about ADHD, we talked about depression, suicide awareness, and a whole bunch of other topics in the future that we'll go forward on. But as well as the body part is more related into the fitness and not exactly just bodybuilding, but health. In the future, you might be seeing us doing some things that you would never picture us doing. Maybe ballet, who knows? That's kind of where we're going at. Just kind of making sure that fitness is overall, people are being aware that, hey, you can be fit, you can be active, but that doesn't require you to go to the gym. It just requires you to get active.
I heard somebody say Zumba.
I'm down with it. Maybe with a little bit of.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, I didn't get to answer who's my best friend.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, who is it?
Alex, I'm sorry to say. No, you're definitely one of them. I'll give a shout out to Alyssa. She can take a spot there as well. I don't know. I have a few very close friends, but
I know you speak highly of Alyssa. Shout out to her. I know she's a really good friend. She has really good soul.
She better watch this. Otherwise, she might get demoted.
Devote or put in timeout.
But no. Yeah, I think you summed that up pretty well.
All right. That's an interesting question.
What do your active recovery days look like?
So, just when our off days when we're not training.
Yeah, I don't have an active recovery day, but I do have off days personally. So today, this morning, I took a walk with my mom for I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes. Get some steps in. My coach has me get 9,000 steps every single day. He's like, if you get 8,999, go walk one more fucking step. So I get my 9,000 a day. But today, I just went for a walk. I'm not super adventurous there.
For 9,000 steps, do you have to go out your way to make 9,000, or do you think you could do that actively, on a normal routine, you're going out for groceries or something, or do you feel like you could get, or you have to get 9,000, as in you have to go for a walk?
Depends on the day. Training days, I get pretty close to that anyways, just from being around in the gym for 2 hours, walking around, doing stuff. True. I'll get close, and then I do cardio as well that counts into that. But on an off day, there have been days where it's 6 o'clock and I'm I have 2,000 steps because I've just worked inside all day.
Right.
And on those days, I might force myself to go take a walk or something. But usually I get them in. What's interesting is a lot of coaches are switching from just cardio amounts to step counts, because as you progress through a bodybuilding prep, you get less and less food, so you get more and more tired, so you stop moving around as much. So you might be doing the same half hour of cardio every day, but you're walking 20 times less. You're parking super close, you're not going on a walk at all, you're just chilling at home. So that's a way to like monitor it and keep your activity high, even when you might naturally be inclined to do less. It's just good for your health to move around too. So, yeah.
Last time I checked my steps, it was nowhere near that amount.
Yeah.
Probably 4, if I'm lucky.
Do you have a watch though, or just as your phone?
I do.
Oh.
Yeah, we just bought watches because I'm trying to be more accountable on my steps. But I originally got we got these watches. I'm still trying to figure the situation out because I've never had watches before. Mm-hmm. But I want to be more accountable on the steps. I mainly got it for my heart rate, especially at the gym. Sometimes at the gym, I feel like my heart's beating like way too fast, way too hard. So I just want to be careful with it because I have no chill at the gym. I usually don't take rest breaks. So in between sets, I just need to slow it down. And I just feel like the heart rate monitor would try to kind of keep me in check. Like, hey, you need to chill out for at least 5 minutes or so.
Do you check your heart rate and like do you have a certain zone you try to stay in or under?
Well, regular heart rate's what, 80 to 100?
It depends on what you're doing.
Right,
like,
right.
Resting heart rate can be 60.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I start getting scared once it gets a little higher than 110.
Yeah. That's not that high. Like my cardio is 120 to 140.
120 to 140?
For the whole time. So.
Just sometimes when I feel it beating, I'll do one of these. Like,
yeah.
Oh, okay, wow. My veins literally pulsing out. Chill.
It's all that pre-workout.
What do we do after recovery days? Well, my recovery days assume of sitting and, well, obviously I have to go to work. I mean, work is work. But after work, I usually end up sitting down, just trying to relax. I try my absolute best to stay off my feet because I'm not trying to burn any of these calories that, I'm trying to gain weight right now. So I just eat, all day eat. I mean, my rest days, I typically, to hit that 4,000 calorie mark. That's my personal thing, is hitting the 4,000 calorie mark. I just try to make sure I blow right past it, If it's 5,000 or 6,000, let's go for it. I mean, today's my rest day, and hopefully my churros are coming. I got protein churros coming, so this will be interesting.
Go with his fruity pebbles.
Yeah, my fruit protein, vegan.
Oh,
Speaking of which,
right
yes,
on time.
There you go.
Yes.
Some water just in case.
Oh, thank you.
Look,
I love the vibe here. There's just like awesome quotes, and right now on this water mug it says, "It always seems impossible until it's done." Kind of like this podcast.
yeah, take one.
Okay.
Take one. It's okay. You want one?
They do have egg.
Oh, they have
You have eggs?
Oh,
Okay. Okay.
That's
Okay.
all you.
Okay.
You need calories.
Not
anyways.
vegan.
That one, no.
Okay, so we're taking a quick break. But look,
You take your break. I'll keep the questions going. Do you do any sporting activities outside of the gym? Thumbs up, he says. Me personally, not really. I used to play basketball in high school, for fun. I guess cardio as well. I used to wrestle in high school, actually wrestle. I know you wrestled. What sport would I do want to do rock climbing again. It just destroys my fingers. I have a friend, Austin, that rock climbs a lot. So I'll have to, dude, that's what we could do.
we should do rock climbing.
There we go. We've been trying to find meetups. We did Dave and Buster's, but rock climbing could be fun. What else, man? What do you do outside of the gym? Do you do any sports?
Well, honestly, let's say it's kind of funny because high school under, or we could even potentially say a little bit after college or during when I was supposed to start college and under, any sport you can think of, I did.
Okay.
Any sport you can think of. It's just because me, I'm just,
Volleyball?
it's just, yeah, just naturally good at everything.
Tennis?
And yeah, naturally good. That's the thing is I know that I'm I won't say a gifted athlete because that's what they say, but I'm pretty fond of any sport. But right now it's just more, I'm also a competitor.
That's funny. It's funny that like you're good at every sport and you pick bodybuilding, and I suck at every sport, so I pick bodybuilding.
And that's the thing. It's like almost like either way, because like me, I can't compete in any sport because I'm not, I'm not in it. Funny enough, I had a full ride scholarship to Coastal Carolina University in Myrtle Beach area, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
For wrestling, right?
For wrestling. Turned it down because
we should wrestle.
Yeah. A little bit of a weight class dip. Maybe if we start on the ground, maybe I could do that. But yeah, I would definitely like to get a little bit more active. Maybe if it's not, something super serious. But I do know, like in our area, I see a bunch of times everywhere. Like there's just random people playing basketball or even like soccer games down the road. So as far as mind and body, the body part, we will be trying to.
All right, we'll get something together.
We'll get something together, but rock climbing is definitely something that I would love to try first.
Yeah. Since this is a live Q&A, let's actually answer the question that came through.
Oh shit, sorry.
Do you recommend any type of HIIT workout or stick primarily to weightlifting? So if you're watching and you don't know what HIIT is, HIIT, high intensity interval training. So maybe something like sprints, either like on an assault bike or like actually on the ground, I guess. Battle ropes, something like that would be like a super high intensity activity that you would do like a working period, maybe 20 or 30 seconds, and take like 10, 20 seconds off. I have some clients that like that, and I'll prescribe that to people that enjoy it. It's not necessary for like weight loss, but if you're an athlete, it could be really good for getting your heart condition. But what you have to be careful with is like if you go out and you kill sprints, it's almost like doing a small leg workout. So if you're already lifting 5 or 6 times a week, and then you add on HIIT for your cardio, for some people it can be too much. You can come on in. We are in the middle of a shop, so yeah, you can come on in. So you just have to be mindful of the total amount of work that you're doing, because these sprints, they will tax you in ways that like walking on an incline treadmill will not. So yeah.
How do you feel about TRX?
Like the TRX bands?
Yeah. I've seen a lot of people trying to.
I don't really use them myself, but I mean, like, that's just me. But if people enjoy it, go for it. Yeah. I haven't really personally used it.
I don't think I've ever done. Well,
I've done like some push-ups just for fun, but then like I get bored.
I haven't done one of those HIIT workouts in a while, but I will say the battle ropes are not to play with.
We used to do a bunch of
I love
challenges.
them.
Like Michelle and I would do some challenges with like battle ropes. And,
those will wear you out quick.
Yeah.
But that's what they're there for,
What's one thing you wish you knew or wish someone would have told you when you started in the gym? That's a good question. Like, I want to come up with a really good answer.
You want to go first?
Do you have one on the top of your head?
I kind of do.
Yeah, you go.
I kind of do, just because I was thinking about this today, because shout out to his Instagram page. He posted something recently kind of talking about, the New Year's wave of people going into the gym. So this is why it's fresh on my mind. But when I first started working out at the gym, keep in mind I was like 14 in a military academy. I kind of went in there, and I visually remember this. It's kind of small. It's kind of obvious I was lost. Didn't really know what I was doing. So I was always looking at other people. But the one thing that I kind of wish people would, if you're around and you like take notice or seeing someone struggling, I feel like it should be okay to kind of come up to somebody in an approachable way and just try to help them out. That's my thing. I wish people did that more for me, because I would have been more intrigued by the fact of, I'm excited because I'm excited for tomorrow, so I can go to the gym because now I know what I'm doing, so now I can focus on what I'm doing, versus like literally when I was 14, like for the first full year, nobody helped me, and I was already getting bullied and whatnot from like high school seniors and etc. But nobody had the chance to just sit there and teach me how to do these things, or even like a mentor, or maybe just a friend just trying to help me out. So I just kind of had to like look up Arnold videos online the night before and just try to like imitate it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I was relatively self-taught as well. Either I would copy people at the gym, or I'd find the biggest guy and I'd go ask them like, how do I do this? And just because one person's big doesn't mean they're going to give great advice. And maybe they found what worked for them, or maybe they're just a genetic freak. I think what I would tell my younger self, and this is like a super easy answer, but like, and not super deep, but just something that I see a lot personally, is like, it's okay to lift lighter weight. If your form is good, you don't have to load up all the stuff. Like, I can think back, I don't do this now, but when I was younger, I would always try and max out on bench, and it's like, okay, I could do 240 last week. Maybe I could kill myself and get like 245 this week just to try it. But like with bad form, I'm more likely to get hurt. And like, what am I proving? Like not a whole lot. Like I would have been much better off like sticking with like 185 for sets of 5 or something. Too often do I see people like just trying to do stuff that they're clearly not capable of and like almost getting hurt. So like back it down, like earn it. Like you're gonna have to put in the time to get super strong, and once you're there, you'll earn it. So I typically train a little bit higher rep ranges, but it's not super deep. But like that's just, I'll see that a lot with younger kids doing stuff that's gonna get them hurt.
You do bring a good point. I think that is something that everybody in the gym should do first, is get the form right first. I mean, the form is like the foundation of building your body. Same as the foundation of building a house. You know, you don't have that foundation, how can you build? You know, how can you get bigger? You just simply can't. I mean, maybe you can, but with what? Injuries, more risks, maybe you might be doing it wrong. So,
Find ways to make the lighter weight feel harder. Mm-hmm. I'm really big on tempo. Like, instead of just rushing through, slow it down, pause, press back up. Like, not on everything, but you can use that as a way to get stronger without increasing the weight. Without getting too long on that, Anna asks, what's your biggest strength or weakness within bodybuilding, mental and physical? All right, that's like a 4-parter: strength and weakness, mental, physical. All right, let's do strengths first.
You have to help me out here with the screen.
All right.
Shout out to you guys. I'm super blind,
yeah.
So I can't even see the screen.
We'll do strengths first.
So, okay.
What's your biggest mental strength?
Just mental.
Yeah, just
strength.
mental side.
Mental side is I have overcome the fact that I have nothing to prove to anybody but myself. That's my biggest. So because I go into the gym knowing that I don't have an ego, I don't have to show anybody that I'm the biggest guy or show anybody that I'm hot shit. I can focus more on myself, and I think that's my biggest thing. Is I could just, now I have full control of myself and no influencing around me.
I'll say my biggest mental strength is my ability to like learn and seek out more, and realize that can come from anywhere. Like Alex can teach me something. I have a friend, Diego, he's like 17, and he told me he wants to go over some back training with me, and I'm like, okay, let's do it, because I know that he knows his shit. He's very, very knowledgeable. My coach is very, very knowledgeable. He's now, there is a coach, John Meadows, that's dead now, but one of the things he used to say was, you can learn from anybody. And I feel like that's true in the gym, and as soon as you like think you have it figured out, you're going to stop learning. So I feel like for me, that's a big mental strength, is the ability to continue learning. All right, what's your biggest physical strength?
Physical strength. I'm not the strongest guy in the world. I've accepted that. my biggest physical strength, honestly, wouldn't even be anything about power. It would just be more about agility, if anything. I think. Yeah. I personally think, yes, I'm strong. Maybe not the strongest, but yeah, as far as what's my...
Well, for you, like, what do you feel is your strongest point?
Hi, what's up?
Would controlling body weight, I think, would be one. Like,
I'll go with mine. I'm going to say legs. It's very obvious for me.
let me think real quick.
You're pretty strong at. You're pretty strong on back. Maybe that's just because I just trained back with you.
I mean, I personally think I'm strong on everything, but but the thing is, I know I'm not the strongest. So when I say like what puts
For you, for Alex, what's Alex's strongest part?
Okay, well, when it comes to actual body parts, I would like to think my back is probably my strongest. I know my weakest strong suit is definitely my chest. 100% my chest, and I'm working on it. At least I acknowledge it. But I know my back's pretty good. My legs are doing pretty good.
Okay.
I could work a little bit on arms.
Okay. We all could.
We all could.
All right. Keep it moving along.
Okay.
What's your... I'll go first. Well, I'll go first on these for weaknesses. Biggest mental weakness. This is regarding to bodybuilding. I'm not going to say, like, at the gym that I have a huge mental weakness. Like, I think I'm relatively strong there. I think it's outside of the gym. I struggle with finding ways to find this lifestyle, especially the food, and mix that in with, like, regular life. Like, people think that being vegan is hard. Being vegan is pretty easy. I mean, there's, like, options everywhere, but, like, finding how to be a bodybuilder 24/7 is for me a bit harder. I'll be like right now, I'll be like, all right, when's my next meal? Do I need to go home and make it? Do I have it ready? Like, I guess my biggest mental weakness is being able to compartmentalize this and be like, okay, I've checked the boxes for now. I've eaten. I'm good for the next few hours. I don't need to be worrying about what's a few hours down the road. So for me, that's probably the biggest mental weakness.
I still can't see. Okay, can you ask the question again?
What's your biggest mental weakness regarding bodybuilding?
Biggest mental weakness regarding, well, I can tell you my overall weakness, 100% is the kitchen.
I'll agree. Like, just brutally honest, I'll agree. You train your ass off, you work really hard. If
Like
you
a-
can nail the nutrition, you'll grow a lot.
Yeah, if anything, I almost overtrain, if anything. But yeah, my biggest weakness is the kitchen. I'm working on it. I've literally changed my whole lifestyle to make sure that my appetite is always there and I'm constantly hungry. So, but as far as mental weakness goes, would be, I don't think I've ever, like, when you say like going into the gym, I don't have any mental battles I deal with. But one thing I will say that I might be a little bit too hard on myself is say like I'm going through a rough day, and then you know that saying where you're going through a rough day and you go to the gym to make yourself feel better or to kind of release some tension, release some energy. I guess this is where the weakness that I personally go is I take that, I go into the gym, and I kind of use it as fuel. And some people might say that's a good thing, but for me it's not, because I'm almost like giving those thoughts like it's like almost like an excuse to use it and entertain it when I
So
really
you think about the negative thing,
Yeah.
and that pushes you, but you got that negative thing.
Exactly. Instead of going to the gym to let those things go, I use it to fuel my energy, but which I personally feel like when I walk out the gym that sometimes maybe those feelings don't go away because I've been using them for my better health.
I'm gonna be really on the spot with you. Put you on the spot. You don't have to answer, but like, if you want to, what are some of those things that you might tell yourself that might be in your head? You know, I'll let you think. I'll go first because like this is really like I'm asking him to be super vulnerable.
No, I'm trying to be 100% honest and think about it because
For me, some things that I've used I would go back in my mind when I was a lot younger and just imagine being bullied, like what the kids would do to me, and be like, let me get bigger, let me get stronger. Like, let me relive that so that I'm angry or upset. As I got older, that mattered a lot less, but like, I used to play like weird mind games, like, oh, my ex would take me back if I could do 5 reps instead of 4. Or like when I was living in Texas and I wanted to come home to see the person I was with at the time, I was like, I'm gonna miss the flight if I don't get 10 reps. And like, just try to like imagine like being sad that I didn't get to go home. And like, yeah, I'd put myself in these, like, there were times where I'd make myself cry in the gym, but then I'd go hit the set and I would do it. But like, I agree with Alex, like, are you allowing yourself to be in that negative space for so long that, or like music, I would play music that would make me think of something really sad or like a breakup or something like that, and that would push me. And it's like, is this healthy? I don't know, but
it helps to a certain degree, but it's also like, it's not really a good influence in a way.
It's not necessarily positive. It's using a negative to get a positive result, but so if
it's not actually helping the problem.
So what do you think about it?
Well, as some of you guys might know, my biggest fear in life is being lonely. So there's some days I have where I do feel lonely. I go back to those memories where I was alone for a really long time. I don't have much family. I didn't have much friends. And I think about my past a lot, and I don't really think about the now part where I do have friends that love me. I do have, a wonderful fiance. I have people that care about me finally. But this is fresh. This has only been in my life for a year. So for the past 23 years, I've really had nobody. And so sometimes when I go to the gym, I kind of get lost in those thoughts. And the way my thought process works is, I have to live this by myself. I have to go through it and work on it by myself. When in reality, I have people that I can talk to, and I don't use that. And I'm trying to do that more. But when I go to the gym, like, sometimes it's really hard to get over the fact that, like, I don't have to just be by myself all the time. And when I'm at the gym, it's almost like I want to be almost left alone, but it's not okay, Like, sometimes, of course, like, you can be alone, but for my intentions wise, it's really not good. It's more of like going into my dark thoughts when I have no business of being in them.
Do you feel like for you, on the one hand, it's like safer to feel like you're alone, because if you're already alone, you can't be left.
Yes.
Like you're by yourself. Whereas like if you're counting on your friends or somebody, they have that chance that they could leave.
I think being alone is my comfort zone, because I know at the end of the day, if I'm alone, I will 100% be okay. But that doesn't necessarily mean I'm happy with myself. But I know alone is like kind of like my comfort zone. But being with people, it's like there's a potential possibility that I could get hurt. Like, my feelings could get hurt, and I've always lived, like, I've lived a long time, like, kind of disregarding my emotions or showing no feelings and not being so outspoken. But now I'm trying to be more outspoken. So even when people like try to talk to me at the gym, I try. So like, I hope you guys realize this, but like when I go out, like, I don't mean to be mean in any way, but I'm really trying to be more friendly.
Friendly?
In general, I'm trying.
I feel like you're friendly. How important to you, Alex, is workout equipment like a lifting belt or gloves?
It helps. Okay, so for me personally, I always speak for me, myself, and I. Weight equipment or the gear, it's supposed to help you, but there's a difference between help and being reliable on it. Personally, I think you'd be just fine raw dogging it. No belt, no gloves, nothing. Calluses don't hurt nobody. A strong back is good. And you you might not be able to lift as much, honestly. You might shave off a couple 45-pound plate, maybe. Well, I don't know about a couple plates, because then if you're at that point, like that's something serious. But no, I don't think it's really that important, honestly.
Well, I don't own a weightlifting gear company or anything, so my opinion is not biased whatsoever.
Right.
When I got started in the gym, I thought it was terrible to have, equipment or even shoes or a water bottle or anything. Like I was like, I don't want anything to hold me back. Like if I forget it, I don't want it to mess my day up. So I didn't even have headphones. Like I listened to the radio, like whatever the gym was playing for the longest time. Now I'm the complete opposite. I got everything. I'm color coordinated. I got it all. But
Fancy.
I think there's a time and place for everything. I mean, certain things like knee sleeves and elbow sleeves for me, they make me feel more comfortable. So I'm more willing to like push myself because I feel safe. Wrist wraps to keep my wrist straight. I feel like those do help me on curls and bench press. Other things that are like a little bit more debatable, like straps, like lifting straps. Does it hurt my grip strength? Yeah, but do I care? Like, am I a strongman where I'm going to be tested to like hold a log before I drop it? No. So for me, like if I can add a plate to my deadlift by using straps, why not? Some things, it kind of depends on your journey. Like I was squatting 5 plates for reps when I started to use a belt, and that first like 2 weeks that I used the belt, my reps went down. I wasn't used to bracing with a belt. I was used to bracing without a belt. So it hurt me for a couple weeks, and then it came back. So I use it all now, but I'm relatively strong. I feel like it helps me lift more. Don't let that be your excuse though. If like you're like, well, I can't afford a belt, I'm not going to work out. No.
Still,
Yeah.
No, for sure. Like that's what I said. Like reliable and like you don't need it. You don't need this stuff, but it helps. It helps. Personally, to me, it makes me feel more safe, if anything. Especially like the weightlifting belt. Like when you start getting into heavy things like deadlifting or any bent over type of workouts, personally, I feel like it's almost like I have to have it in a way. Like I feel like I have to have it just because I've been using weightlifting equipment for such a long time. But I do know that I am capable of doing these types of workouts without the equipment. It just might be a little tougher.
So if you forget your belt and it's deadlifting, you're still deadlifting?
Oh yeah, for sure. I won't be deadlifting like 4 plates, but I might be deadlifting 3 and just going for reps because I know I can handle it, you know?
I don't know. I haven't forgotten my belt, so
I haven't.
come to that decision.
That's the thing. It's like, because I feel like if you're, I mean, what do they call people? Like gym rats, you know? Like, I can't think of the last time I've ever forgot my belt or my equipment. Maybe I've forgotten my headphones, but
I keep a backup there in my car.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm not lifting without music.
I break my headphones at least once or twice a month, so I usually have multiple pairs just in case. So I can't have anything nice.
Moving right along. Thank you, Shannon. Hello. She said knee sleeves and wrist wraps. Both good things.
I love it. I recently got knee sleeves from this guy, and listen, I didn't think I needed them, but man, they benefited me in every single way. They keep my knees warm, so it makes me feel like my knees aren't crackling or anything. Like I don't know. Personally, it doesn't really like help me like lift heavier or by any means, but it does. It keeps my muscles nice and loose. So I love the knee sleeves for sure.
All right, moving right along. We got a question. Tips on managing the gym due to an injury. I feel like that could go a lot of different ways. I think I might know who reached out on this one. But I guess it depends. Depends on what you're working with. Like if you got an ankle injury, probably still go hit upper body, and vice versa. You got a shoulder injury, probably still go hit legs. If it's like a surgery, like when I got my vasectomy, I was out for like 6 days. So get on the couch and do what you can. I think unlike those periods where you're gonna be completely out of the gym, go like if you were bulking, go back to like some maintenance calories. If you're cutting real hard, maybe like up your protein, maybe go back up a little bit in calories, like maintenance calories, and just chill. I guess it depends on it. It really, There's no one clear-cut answer. But what I gave a friend is that was out of the gym for a little bit. I said, like, go find another hobby, whether that's read a book or play the guitar, like whatever you want to do, like that you normally neglect while you spend so much time in the gym. So
I think for those people that have injuries, and I've seen this happen in the past. I actually talked to some people in the gym the other day that had like sprained foot, or like they're in a, maybe you might have a broken hand or something, but take it easy. And if anything, it's not really the physical thing you need to be worried about. Like, it's more the mental thing. Like, it's okay to take a couple days off, regardless if you have an injury or not. It's okay to take a couple days off. I think you just need to keep telling yourself that it's going to be okay. There's going to be another day to work on yourself. So for now, focus on making sure that injury is getting recovered well. So taking it easy, and say it's your leg, do your upper body. Say it's your arm, work on your legs, take it easy, because you don't want to end up making that injury even worse. And then next thing you know, like, you could have waited 2 weeks, and then you made that 2 weeks double the time.
yeah,
So
don't get injured, and if you do, don't make it worse.
for sure.
How do you make sure you have a balanced lifestyle, especially when you're in prep? If you're in prep, good luck. In prep, there's not really a whole lot of balance. I mean, you have like some check marks that you're going to have to hit. Like if you want to compete and do well, you're going to have to manage your sleep. So you can't be like out partying super late. You're going to have to manage your food intake. Make sure you're hitting exactly what you're supposed to be eating. You'll probably be working with a coach, so they'll be telling you what to eat. You're going to have to hit your training and your cardio. Once that's all done and accounted for, you do have some time left over at the end of the day to do what you want. I will give Alyssa credit here. She would still go out with her friends, get like a Diet Coke, and still be home by like midnight or whatever. And but she would still go out, still make an appearance. Those are some things that myself, and I feel like a lot of other bodybuilders don't do, just because you start to feel uncomfortable, you start to be tired, you start to be a little bit more irritable. So it's very hard to like still maintain those social obligations or interactions while hitting all those other check boxes. I mean, to be honest, at the end of the day, like when I was competing, like it was like 9 o'clock and I was like practically falling asleep. Like there was no way I'd be out at a club or something like that. I don't go to clubs anyways, but like I wanted to be alone at that point. Not out of like hating anybody or wanting to be distant, just out of being tired. So honestly, what I say is prep kind of, it'll be what you make it, but there will be times that suck, and you kind of owe it to the people around you that are making those sacrifices to make it up to them after. There's only so much you can do during. Try to be present. Try to, I would at least be present through the phone. I could like check up on my friends even if I didn't go out with them. But
It's kind of like anything in life, though. Like, say, like, even a college person, you're going through finals and, like, you're just busy. Or maybe you have a work thing and, like, work, like, you have to take priorities. But, like, you have to be honest with yourself. Like, there's going to be some times where you're, like, a day, a couple weeks, or maybe even a month where, like, you just can't do shit but focus on that one thing that you're specifically supposed to focus on, which is the prep thing and all. But as far as like having a daily balanced lifestyle, I think for the both of us, we're in the process of working on that. Between like work-life balance and everything else.
Yeah, I have a harder time with work-life balance than I do like prep-life balance because I work a lot right now. Me? If you guys have, if anybody that's watching has any more questions, drop them here. We're almost done. Last one, what do you do for fun? Oh, almost last one. What do you do for fun that's non-work or gym? Oh, that's funny because I was about to say work.
Not work or gym. I like to eat.
Food is good.
I like to hang out with my girl, and we like to go to restaurants.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's one thing we do. What?
Arcades.
Arcades?
Yeah, we like arcades. But yeah, the food thing, man.
Do you guys have like a specific place that you like to go right now? Like a style of food? Like,
Dude, like the thing is, like I speak my love through food, and for us, it's like let's try something different. Like I like different things. Obviously, I'm a little biased. I like Asian food the most, but I'm not like we go to a Hispanic base and might try it out or whatever. So if any of you guys have any good recommendations in the Florida area, I'd love to. Like I'd love to at least try everything once, at least once.
DM Alex.
Yeah.
For me, I do kind of work a lot for fun. I mean, I run a couple businesses. I run my own coaching. I think it's the people that I get surrounded with by doing those. Like, technically, you could probably lump what we're doing right now as work, but it doesn't feel like when I used to work at Publix or when I used to work for like JCPenney or something like that, where like I have to do what somebody's telling me to do. Like, we kind of decide this ourselves. I guess in a way it's work, but same with like my apparel companies. It is work, and sometimes there's stuff that I don't want to do, but like I love who I work with. So those are like kind of almost like a second job as like a side hustle, but like fun thing.
Made your life more enjoyable, like doing what you love.
I look forward to holidays, just spending time with like my family. Just kind of have an excuse to just hang out on the couch. Like I don't even have to do anything fun if I'm around the right people. It just kind of happens. So I guess spending quality time with good people. All right, for real, last one.
Okay, yeah.
Oh gosh.
This is the last written one down, unless something comes up.
Describe your ideal day.
So like,
Did we do yours? I'm sorry. What's your
no, I
fun
did.
thing?
I did.
You
I did. For
Okay.
food.
Food.
The food.
Okay. All right.
Food
Yeah.
thing.
What's your ideal
Food and arcades.
or your ideal day?
So this is talking about like we have no plans. There's no plans ahead. It's just your average Monday, your average Tuesday, right? So
However you want.
well, usually I wake up about 8, 9 o'clock or so. Then I eat, go to work. Realistically, my work on a day-to-day lifestyle usually takes no more than 2 hours.
But is this your ideal day?
Yes.
Okay, so an ideal day.
Oh, wait. Ideal?
Ideal.
Oh. I thought this was like my daily.
No,
Like,
not your day. Your ideal day.
dude, my ideal
Best day
day.
ever.
Oh, if
Best
this was
day
my
ever.
best day ever, it would definitely be full of fun with my friends. I mean, hell no. Not working at all. I don't even want to be thinking about work. I want to be thinking about waking up in the morning, maybe having a nice big old breakfast, like 3 eggs, 5 strips of bacon, maybe like 4 pieces of toast, waffles,
Back to the food.
nice 32-ounce protein shake. Then after that, go back home, maybe take a nap, because it's, you know, like, I have a habit of waking up at like 8 or 9 every day, but like, I want to sleep in a little bit more, but I want to eat, so I need to wake up, eat, and then go back from like a food coma. And then once I wake up to reality, once I like just figured everything out, then maybe contact my friends, ask if we could hang out or do something. But then I have to go to the gym first. Gym, to me, the gym is like, it's essential, like no matter what. Like I enjoy it, so I like to go to the gym. Gym does take up a lot of time. I can do 2 hours to 4, 2 to 4 hours, and then after. I really like doing nighttime things, so like maybe if it's just kicking it with the friends or maybe we're going out. I personally don't drink. I don't think he drinks either. So I would like to just do something where it's more like we can all connect on more of a emotional level instead of it being influenced by alcohol or whatnot. And because I feel like we could get more of a connection instead of like, oh, like look how stupid we are. You know, like,
When was the last time you had your ideal day?
like when nothing went wrong.
Well, basically everything you described has happened.
I mean, Dave and Buster's, that day was that day was pretty ideal, honestly, right?
Right around like
Like we had a really good day that time, and honestly, like that was the first time I've been out with friends and where I've had fun, like good fun, and not to mention, we're going to Tampa this Saturday.
Yeah.
And I didn't tell him this. I'm super excited about this. I've been all over the United States. I've been with Mayor Francis everywhere, but this is the first time where I'm actually going on a road trip with friends. So this is like a first timer for me. Like I've been like with friends maybe like down the street or something like maybe we're going downtown to the city or something, but like on an actual like drive for like a couple hours stuck inside the car. So this will be. So I'm really looking forward to that. So that might be my ideal day.
Cool.
Yeah.
I can actually say the last. Now this isn't like I haven't had some great days since, or even maybe better days, but
Right.
An ideal day for me, like actually, like when I think about it, I actually did that recently. When Elisha and I took our road trip, we went to Texas, all the way out to Big Bend, and for some reason, I just had this in my head that there was this like 7-hour hike that we had to do. I tried looking for some shorter ones, and like I almost settled on one, but I was like, I don't know when I'm coming back. I want to do this crazy 7-hour hike. So got up relatively early. I don't think I even ate anything because I don't really like to eat before I hike. Like I like to get a few hours under me before I eat because like eating will slow me down. It'll try to digest the food. So just jumped on the mountain, hiked for like 7 or 8 hours, caught the sunset on the way down.
Oh my gosh, man! I'm thinking so many flags, red flags.
No, I mean I brought food. Don't
What
worry.
if you got stuck up in the mountain, no food?
No, we brought food.
Okay.
But like, I like to get out there and get started before.
Okay.
Because like, if I eat a big breakfast,
So not a full
I'll be
meal.
like you. I'll want to go back and sleep instead of
Food
hike.
cover, yeah, okay.
So, hike for hours.
Oh,
Hours, not miles. I don't even know how many miles it was. I think we did like 35,000 steps.
oh gosh.
Yeah. But so hike for like 7 or 8 hours, just kill myself. And kind of like an extended workout. And then go back, ate a ton of food. I had an entire box of cereal and something else. I don't remember what something else was. I think some candy. And then it's like the best place in the world for like stargazing. The best place in the United States, at least. There's no light.
And this is in Texas?
This was in Texas. So just go outside and just for like an hour stare at the stars, and then watch some Netflix because I love watching Netflix. But that's like an ideal day for me. I wasn't on my phone a whole lot. I got to go out, hike, see some awesome stuff, hang out with a good person. Like that for me. Like and what's awesome is it's like a perfect or an ideal day, but it's repeatable. Like I could go do this again, and I will do this again. Like not in Florida because there's no hiking here, but all right, we got one more thing on here, and then we can.
I mean, you do bring a good point.
Yeah.
An ideal day would be to try to stay anything where I like on a daily basis. Like you mentioned, going up the mountains. I think one of the most happiest days of my life have been where I've been off my phone, but like not even needing to be on my phone and just honestly connecting with Mother Nature. Yeah. Like we've been up in the mountains, and that was like one of the happiest times I've ever been. Just like being out there and just relaxing, no phone, and just connecting. You know?
We got a minute left. We're gonna get kicked off.
Okay.
We're gonna answer this last question. How do you feel about snacks like Rice Krispie treats or sugar treats mid-workout? I know some people do like the candy train, like they'll do like Sour Patch Kids or something like that while they train.
Yeah, we talked about this recently, didn't we?
That's okay. I think something like a well-digesting carb, like highly branched, like dextrin, is better from like a coaching perspective if you're looking for the best. If the best that you can do is like a little sugary candy, that's okay. Gatorade works too. See what feels well for your stomach and be honest with yourself. But
Personally, I'm more into liquids. Like,
liquids are gonna
obviously the
digest
pre-workout, and then maybe like drink a bottle of water, and then maybe mid-workout. I mean, I'm more about electrolytes, carbs, and Gatorade.
Gatorade.
I don't know about eating anything, just because.
I would try to stay away from it. All right, we got to wrap up. If you guys watched this far or any of this, thank you so much. This is going to be on the Mind and Body podcast channel profile. We're also going to put it on Alex's profile. So if you guys have any questions, we'll do this again. So just DM us a question. We'll save it for the next one.
Nothing else.
Have the best day ever.
Have the best day ever.
All right, y'all. Thank you.
How do I turn it off?
Bye.